Hey everyone, my name is Morgan and welcome back to Destiny 2. Today I have another guide for you guys explaining how you can level yourself up quickly and what you guys can do to maximize your power level and be ready for in-game activities within the first week. Now if you're the kind of person that just wants to casually enjoy the game, you're not worried about getting Nightfall and raid ready, then this video really isn't for you, but if you're the hardcore player and you're wanting to get in on it, definitely pay attention to these tips. Before I get started though, there are a few things I want to address as some of you may have some questions. First, people will probably ask, how do I know this? The game isn't even out yet. Well, the Destiny 2 strategy guide in its entirety has been posted to places such as Reddit and Imgur. I've gone through all of the available pages that people have uploaded, read all of this, and compiled information for you guys, so I have the knowledge to give to you. And as I said, this is from the strategy guide. This is 100% accurate information. Nothing about this is false, but there will be some stuff I want to address as we proceed later into the video. So without further ado, enough rambling, let's get started. Anybody that's played Destiny 1 is somewhat familiar with how this works, so this shouldn't be too confusing for them, but if you guys are new to the series, Destiny 2 has two separate levels. There's your character level, and then your power level. Your character is leveled up just by earning experience, which you get from completing story missions, killing enemies, killing people in the Crucible, doing quests, and all that type of stuff, and this will determine what level gear you can equip, subclasses you can equip, and different abilities you can unlock within those skill trees. Power level, on the other hand, will be the main stat you focus after you hit level 20. It will go up over time in regards to your gear, but once you hit max character level, you're going to be focusing on raising your power level. Power level will determine how much more damage you can deal and receive, and this high power is required for raids, Trials of the Nine, and the Nightfall, so the endgame activities, having a high power level is an absolute must. Now, the grind to power level 260 is easy and accomplished just by playing the game, doing your quests and stuff like that. Power level 260 is kind of when things plateau and you start having to take some certain measures to level yourself up, which we're going to go over now. Our first method is completing milestones. If you don't know what milestones are, basically each and every week you will have a set group of tasks and activities to complete, and doing so will reward you with powerful and legendary gear as their description states. With milestones, however, especially in the first week, you want to wait until you hit power level 260 and then start doing these. As I said earlier, 260 is kind of the plateau area, things slow down, and you're going to start needing significant and way better gear in order to bump up your power level, and that's where the milestones come into play. Two examples of milestone objectives you can do are flashpoints. These are public event completions. You go out into a patrol zone, you have a bunch of different public events you need to do, you complete those, and you will complete a flashpoint. There's also a PvP one called Call to Arms, and this is just different Crucible activities. You can complete those, and you will be rewarded with gear accordingly. That is the first method, milestones. As I said, wait till you're 260, do these, and you will get gear to level yourself up. Now we're going to move on to another method. Our next method we're going to talk about is Xur and Legendary Shards. For those of you that are new to Destiny, Xur is a high-end exotic weapons and armor dealer that will show up on the weekends from Friday to Sunday, and in Destiny 2 he is going to spawn out in the world in one of the patrol zones, so it might take you a little bit to find him, but the gear he brings with him, especially in the first week, is going to be incredibly beneficial in getting ready for the end game. The gear he brings won't be max power level, but it'll be a rather high level and should give you a significant boost to your numbers. The thing with Xur is, though, you can only buy his items with a special currency called Legendary Shards. Legendary Shards can be obtained from a few different ways, the main ones being dismantling legendary quality and higher gear. That'll earn you various amounts depending on the quality, but I also did a video yesterday going over all of the known ways to obtain Legendary Shards, which if you guys want to go over that, I have a link down in the description below. So find Xur when he shows up on the weekend, save up your Legendary Shards, and get yourself some better gear on whatever you happen to be lacking if he brings an armor piece or weapon that you happen to need. Earlier, I said there were a few methods I wanted to talk about. These aren't confirmed, but if they work anything like they do in Destiny 1, this will prove to be a way to get yourself better gear. So first up, we have Crucible drops. In Destiny 1, you could compete in the Crucible, you would have a chance at legendary weapons and armor, and sometimes an exotic, and if you had them drop, they would drop at your power level or a few points higher, and on the odd occasion, sometimes a few points lower. If the same system is in place with Destiny 2, completing completing Crucible matches may be a way to earn yourself some higher power level gear and get yourself up. It's not going to be a fast way, but if you are into Crucible, that's definitely a way you could do it. If you're not into Crucible, we have vendor gear. In Destiny 1, there was 3 different factions, and of course the Vanguards that you could buy gear from, but when they sold gear, it was a slightly higher level than what we already had. It wasn't max, but if you were just starting out, it could give you a pretty substantial boost. If the vendors work how they did in the first game, this may also prove to be an additional way of getting better gear. So Crucible drops and vendors are unconfirmed, but if they work how they did in Destiny 1, in that first week, they should provide you with some substantial boost. But Xur and the Milestones are 100% confirmed. You guys can't count on that. I'm definitely excited for Destiny 2. We're going to be covering a lot here on the channel alongside Fortnite. So if you guys are into Destiny 2 and you want to see more content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys found today's video helpful, a like is always appreciated. But once again, my name is Morgan. Thank you all for watching Split Screen, and I will see you next time.